It's 0.8 grams of fat, which is not too much, and supplies over 20% of, let's see, different vitamins, and we got here phosphorus and all kinds of stuff, and big words, and 18% for your vitamin D. So that's only a 3-ounce serving of tuna. So that's fantastic. We have now shrimp, everyone's favorite. We have a 3-ounce serving of raw shrimp. Shrimp contains 90 calories, 17 grams of protein, 1.5 grams of fat. So again, not too bad, not too bad. And everybody's favorite, octopus. I know we have a lot of octopus lovers out there. Okay, a 3-ounce serving octopus now we're down to 70 calories, guys. So that's pretty good. 13 grams of protein and 0.9 grams of fat. Octopus is also very high in iron. 3-ounce serving provides 25% of the daily requirement of iron for women, but yet for the men it's 56%. So not bad. So it's very, very, very healthy eating.
I think the sushi is a great source of protein, low fat, and it's health conscious. Definitely, it's nutritional.
Well, very good. And let's see now. A couple other things I wanted to talk to is that we did some nutrition, and then we want to get into the whole concept of the Asian fusion, okay, and that is serving dishes from all over Asia.
Yep.
Again, we're going to have our travel agent cook us a dinner.
Yep.
And if we were to go, and pretty much everyone's familiar with a lot of the Chinese foods, okay, the staples that we take, that we have available all the time. And now, if we were going to go to Japan, what would an offering be from Japan?
I think Japan has a lot of great offering in terms of the sushi items, the maki rolls. Those are very popular. It's all mix and match. You can always order your salmon with tuna, tuna with this and that. So it's a lot of different combinations that people can enjoy.
Right.
Some people don't like certain fish or certain shellfish. They can eliminate that. As the sushi chef can make anything possible to their own liking.
Okay.
And also with the nutrition, as we talk about the seaweed, it is algae. That is, they toasted the seaweed and then they put it into the rice, serve it with the maki. So those are very healthy.
Very nice. And now, what do they have? We did the surf. Now, what about the turf? Now, if we're going to be in Japan, what would be like a staple dish? They probably have. I know they have the Kobe beef and things like that.
Yeah. Well, think about California roll. Everyone knows California roll. It is the American versions of the sushi that is developed in the 1970s from Los Angeles, LA, California, because they have so much abundance of avocado.
Okay.
And it was brought back to Japan that they really liked it and come back to U.S. So it's really a big hit.
Really?
It's got the avocado, it's got the cucumber, and got the rice and also the seaweed and also the imitation crab meat. So it's fish.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, if we were going to move on from Japan, say, to Thailand, what would be some of the offerings that would be different
Southeast
there?
Asia, I would go for the curry.
Curry. Now, that's a different kind of a spice, right?
Yeah,
that's a more pungent aroma and flavor.
Right. A good curry could mean masala, could mean different things, depending what country you're from. Indian curry, Thai curry, Malaysian curry, Singapore curry.
So they're all different then?
They're all different.
Okay, that's interesting.
It could be spicy, it could be mild, or it could be 3 chili pepper or 10 chili pepper. It depends how you want it.
Right. Some of that cooking does rely on a lot of heat.
Exactly.
Yeah. A few years ago, my wife Karen, were out and she had bitten into one of those little red peppers by accident, and that you think these lights were bright. Yeah,
well, we tell our customers that on the menu that how hot is the dishes. Usually, that's the number one thing.
Right.
Is to watch out for how spicy you want it.
Right.
It could be a mild dish. It could be very extra spicy. It's very possible.
Right. So yeah, your dishes, you can really turn the heat up in this kind of cooking if people want that.
Right. One of our signature dishes, I would say, is the chicken and shrimp pad thai, and from Thailand.
Okay.
Okay. It's talk about Thai food. It is a rice noodle with a very different types of shrimps and chicken, and they serve it with the bean sprouts, the stir fry, high heat, and optional you can put the peanut on top of it. You don't have to have peanuts.
Oh, the chopped up peanuts,
yeah,
yes.
because some kids could be allergic to peanuts, so they can have it without.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Now, if we were going to go to like Cambodia.
Southeast Asia, again, I would recommend the rice noodle.
Okay.
Any Southeast Asia country has big rice noodles. It's almost like a French fries to us. Rice noodle is a rice. They made a rice. They take the rice and make it into a paste, and they make it into almost like a thin style noodles. So when we cook it, we just cook it with high heat, stir fry it, and they mix with different type of vegetables.
Oh, very nice. So okay, so there's something basically for every corner of Asia then. Mm-hmm. What other suggestions would you have for different areas?
Speaking of noodles, I recommend another rice noodle. Is called the chow fun.
Okay.
Chow fun is a Chinatown style noodle, which if you go to Boston, New York, or anywhere, you see that on the menu at the Asian restaurant. It's a wider type of a rice noodle. Looks like a fettuccine style.
Oh.
And they can still toss it in a wok, and they cook it high heat again and mix with beef or chicken. It's very good.
Very nice. And then they have what is it, udon noodles?
Udon noodles is a Japanese style noodles, which is typically served in a broth. They cook it in a broth with soup and mix, seafood or vegetable.
Yeah, that's a heavier noodle though.
Heavier noodle, thicker, and they cook it with. It's got a tapioca ingredients to it. That's why you get that chewiness.
Really? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's interesting.
Yep.
And then, now, I see you brought some liquids here. Maybe we want to discuss some of these lovely liquids here, and you can explain what these are and how they fit in with all this.
Well, the one closest to you, it is a junmai sake.
Okay.
Junmai sake is very popular in U.S. now. If you think about sake, it is a rice wine.
Okay. Very nice.
Interesting to tell you, the Japan export for the sake, U.S. consumption is 40%. So just to tell you how big the market, that U.S. is buying a lot of sakes.
Wow.
Because they're getting very popular, because they are premium sakes, and they're served chilled instead of warm.
Right. Now that was one thing that I noticed, that bottle was chilled. Mm-hmm. I was going to ask you about that because people that a layman like myself who not really experienced with sake always hears it's supposed to be served at room temperature, but that's chilled, so that's normal for that.
I think chilled is the way to do it, because when you drink it, you can see that there's different types of dryness or sweetness to that, because Japan is a hurricane country. As you understand that they have a lot of typhoons, so they got hit almost all the time in terms of rainstorm. So the water, depending on what part of the Japan that is, the rice paddy has different types of water texture, and that makes the rice different. And that's why they have different types of sakes.
Wow.
Depending on northern Japan, southern Japan, western, eastern. And the northern part of Japan seems to have a drier type of sake production, because the rice and the water, which you have it right over there on that to you, closest to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Wow.
And on the southern side of Japan, or the southern side, and also which is near like Okinawa, mm-hmm. they have more sweeter type of sake because of the rice production. This one, interesting, I brought a different one here to show you. This one is referred to some people call cloudy, if you look at the bottom.
Yeah, it appears to be a suspension in here. Let's
right.
see if we can turn it sideways and get a good look with that. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not, but seems like a milky substance in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when you actually serve it, you have to shake it up, so make it,
Okay, so it is a suspension, and then, very nice. And now what exactly is this now?
This one is also a junmai.
Okay, what that means?
Junmai would be To be considered junmai, the rice has to be polished down to about 50% minimum.
Okay.
So all the outside ingredient, all the imperfect, all the junk is all taken out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very nice. So instead of we use like mash and corn and things like that, this is all made with just rice.
Just rice and water.
Rice and water.
Yeah.
So there you go.
And it's no
Uncle Ben would be proud.
And no preservative.
No.
No.
So it's very perishable then, right?
It is very perishable. Unlike wine, which is like the more aging the wine is, the better the wine. Sake will be different. So they drink more fresh versus the Bordeaux, the California, the Pinot Noir, the Cabernet, things like that.
Very nice.
Okay.
And now what is the next one over there?
The next one, it is also from the central Japan. This one is also considered junmai as well.
Okay.
That it doesn't have the cloudiness, but this one has less dryness, it's more sweet to it. In terms of pairing with the food, you can really taste the difference.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Sometimes you have a spicy dish versus a regular mild dish. You can sample different types.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you when we get through with these: is which ones go with which dish, or is it just a matter of personal preference? Is there?
Personal preference is always the exception.
Right.
You don't have to have this with that and that with that. Usually.
Right.
But we can make suggestions, give suggestions of the customers how they can pair up, whether spicy, non-spicy, and things like that. Beef versus chicken. Fish versus shellfish.
Okay. And now, what is this lovely blue one here with the cork stopper in it? Just take a look at that.
Yeah, this one is also
It's a very pretty bottle.
sake with carbonation.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it could be a carbonated drink, and these are non-carbonated.
Right.
Okay,
So this one's the champagne of sake then.
close to that.
Very nice.
Because there's no preservative, there's no sulfates. A lot of people that's health conscious, they could not consume wine.
Right.
This could be alternative because there's no preservative in it.
Oh, wow. So, okay, now what would you recommend? What would you recommend if you were going to have this wine? What would you recommend to have with that?
Always go with seafood.
Always seafood with that one.
Yeah.
Okay. And I noticed that there's no like in regular wine there's red wine and white wine. This is all basically white.
Yeah, rice and water.
Rice and water. Okay. And then this beautiful carbonated one is that an all-purpose?
Definitely, it could be a very easy to consume in terms of first time people trying sake. The carbonated one is easier because they're 16% in alcohol. So that's why you see in the little cups.
Yep.
They are not like regular glass, like a wine.
No, they're not what you're going to get down at
6 to 8.
Clancy's Pool Hall.
Right.
Right.
So that's the use of smaller.
Little tiny ones, and
Yep.
that's pretty potent for wine.
We also have carafes for people that is not sure what to order, and a carafe is a good way to sample different types of sake. Instead of ordering a bigger bottle, usually that's the best way to go.
Wow, you see that? Yeah, that's a little different than the normal carafe we get when we go out and order some wine. But that's very nice. Oh yeah, good stuff. Excellent stuff here. So okay, so now what would you recommend with the milk? The one with the what did you call that? The cloud one?
The cloud one is the sake. This one has, if you shake it up, obviously you can see that this. When they filter it, they leave some of the rice to come out together.
Oh wow!
Okay.
Put that up in the camera, and you can see that there is some sort of suspension going on there. And now this is all imported right from Japan.
Yes.
Okay, so you have to have that through an importer. This is not something you could buy at a local store, or can you?
I think no, not readily available. Yeah, They are all imported stuff.
Excellent. So now that we've gone through all this, now this is a work of art. Now, if someone was going to go order this,
Yes, Dan.
Okay, how long would it take a chef to assemble this?
Well, it's I would say usually about 10-15 minutes can put this production together.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Right. They do it right in the spot in front of you, and you can sit in the sushi bar and